doing, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Talking to Mod. Now, today's guest is a professional boxer. Not only that, when you can't find him in the ring, smashing the fuck out of the pads, you can often find him at Craven Cottage because that is his beloved team, same as mine, Fulham. Today's guest is Youssef Khoumari. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
I'll have some of that, mate. That'll do me.
Bruv, yeah.
How are you, mate? All good?
Yeah, I'm good, bruv. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, listen, you were at the gym this morning as well.
Yeah, I'm at the gym every day. Every day.
I went to the gym for 40 minutes yesterday and I feel like I achieved something. I mean, looking at me, I'm not an athlete. We will touch up on that. I did used to do a bit of boxing.
Oh, did you?
Used to love it, mate. My old man was a good boxer and I used to do it as well for a bit. I used to stack the eggs at the back of Tesco's. No, but I did get them out early. I did used to do a bit of boxing, but mate, do you remember the first time you stepped into a gym?
Yeah, I remember it. That's one of the memories I remember vividly in my head. Like, I'd never ever forget it. How it come about was I used to do a bit of taekwondo. I started with taekwondo. I remember they came down to my school, they done a demo. And I was like, flipping out, this looks like what Bruce Lee does in the movies and Jackie Chan and da-da-da-da. I want a bit of that. So I begged my mum to take me to taekwondo, and I was doing that for a while. But it was very, how can I explain it? Non-contact. The motto of the martial art was stop a fight before it begins. Now, I'm not one to say go out there and start smashing people up, but I thought, there's got to be a bit more than this. I thought I hit a ceiling with it. At the same time, my godmother lived next to a gym called the All Stars Boxing Gym, which is on the Harrow Road. And I'd always see it because it's a very distinctive gym. It's an old church that's been turned into a boxing gym, so it really stands out on the high road. And I'd always see it, and I'd always be intrigued at what was going on inside. You see fellas walking in with their bags, and I always wanted to have a look inside until one day, I think I was playing outside my godmother's house, and I just said, I'm going to go in. I walked in, and then, there's people smashing the bags. There's people in the ring having they're punching each other up. There's people on the pads on the floor. I said, flipping, this is a bit of me, innit? And then one of the coaches looked at me and went, what are you doing in here? What do you want? And I was like, I'm thinking about signing up. Mine was only 9, innit? And he looked at me up and down and he went, are you sure, sort of thing? He challenged me. And then, because he presented me with that challenge, it's like, yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm coming back here with my dad next week, you'll see. And then my dad took me next week, and that was it from then. Like, I remember that so vividly because of the challenge it presented to me. And it's something I learned about myself from then, is when someone presents me with a challenge, I'll go out my way just to prove a point. Even if it's something like, you can't make a good coffee, I'll go on YouTube and study for 2 hours to make sure I'm going to show that person I can make one. Just something in my head. I don't know why I'm like that. But
Did you eventually win that coach over?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's even funnier because when my dad took me on that first day, they challenged me again. So I've walked in, I've gone up to that same coach and I've gone, who do I speak to about signing up? I brought my dad, blah, blah, blah. He's gone, you got to go speak to the governor. All right, so I've gone up to the governor. He's standing on a stage, because it's an old church. There's a stage right on the end of the gym, and he's standing there just looking at me. So you've got to walk up to him. So I've walked up to him, I said, hello, sir, I'm looking to sign up. My dad's not saying anything. I don't know why. He just let me do all the talking. I was like, I want to sign up and box. He looked at me up and down. He goes, can you fight? So I went, yeah. And he goes, all right, we'll fight him today then. I've turned around, he's this big geezer. He's in a vest, his muscles are poking out, he's gone like that on his chest at me, like a big Aldo, innit? So obviously shitting myself. I've turned back to the coach, I've gone, yeah, all right, I'll do it. Do you know what I mean? But I was shitting myself. But then he went, and I was only joking, and he signed me up. And then from then on, it was just something I fell in love with.
No. Boxing, I've often said this. I mean, I've done my football training. I used to love football, used to do it all the time. But my dad got me in a boxing gym at a very young age. I think I was about 7 or 8. And I remember it. The first thing I remember is the smell. There's like you try and explain a boxing gym smell to someone, they just don't get it. And when you put on the gloves and all that, you know what I mean? Before you bring your own gloves and that. But it's something that I always remembered, and that was the respect that you had for the other people around you. And I've never experienced anything like that again. The training is so hard, but it is brilliant. And I mean, to be doing it every day. I mean, I think we used to go Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh, fuck, mate, blowing. But, to get yourself at a level where you are doing it. Do you know what? It's your life, though, isn't it?
That's it, yeah. It's like a job, People go to work to make a living and all that. My living's in the gym. So I've got to be there all there every day. Obviously, I have the weekends off sometimes, need to rest.
Yeah.
But most days I'm in there, I'm training. There's always things you need to work on. I'm a big believer in you never know everything. You know, or there's always someone out there who's stronger than you. There's always someone who's faster than you, who's smarter, you knows more, so you've got to keep evolving yourself. So I never want to take my foot off the gas. I always want to be in the gym, learning, evolving, getting better at my craft. Because, you know, I need to become a world champion.
I love that. I love that. And again, going back to the boxers that I've interviewed before, I love the self-belief as well, because you have to believe. You have to imagine yourself doing that. You know, you had to imagine yourself proving that coach wrong. Because if you don't imagine it, why should anyone else imagine it? Exactly. Do you know what I mean? And no, that's beautiful. And listen, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will happen. I mean, you're still only a youngster. You know, you got plenty of. I mean, you went on a fantastic run, which we will touch up on. But I want to ask you, what sort of? I mean, you mentioned Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, wasn't it? Yeah. Did you have any boxing heroes as a kid?
Growing up, they used to have these magazines, right?
Oh, I know the magazines, mate.
The blue one.
The ones with the girls in and all that.
Yeah. Not those, but
that's top shelf material, that son.
Nah, so there used to be this magazine. I think it was Boxer or Boxing or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And it used to come with a DVD.
Yes. And you used to do all the best fights in that, didn't it? Yeah.
I think my first one my dad got me was a Muhammad Ali one. A Muhammad Ali one, and he got me the Mike Tyson one. And those were the two growing. I think everyone, whether they know boxing or not, they know Muhammad Ali and they know Mike Tyson.
Right, 100%.
You know what I mean? So those were the first two that I really took a liking to. And I think as I got into boxing a bit more, I started liking guys that had styles that were a bit different. I never been someone that wanted to just conform to what everyone else does. I always wanted to be a little bit different, because I feel like to conform is easy. You know, it's easy to follow what, you know, to wear what he likes to wear the same trainers everyone else is wearing. But to do something different, it takes a lot more. So I always wanted to be a little bit different. And I like boxers that when they box, they look a bit different. So, you know, I liked Manny Pacquiao. Oh. Growing up, he was, to this day, nobody boxes like him. You know, even Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. A lot of people try to box like him, but they can't. So I always try to, even going back in the days, I like to watch someone like Evander Holyfield. Yeah. Someone like James Toney. James Toney's one, I still watch him to this day. Yeah. So I always try to look at guys who stood out. Remember
Kawasaki?
Yeah, Joe Kawasaki.
He was. One, yeah. Remember staying up late watching some of his fights, mate, with my dad. He was. Sometimes I think he doesn't get talked about the same as other people because he was Welsh, wasn't he? If he was if he was like English, people would be going mental over him. Yeah. But I don't think he gets the recognition because he was.
He was phenomenal.
Different,
he was
special, wasn't he?
Do you know what I think about boxing? You look at a sport like football. Football's a very organised sport. And when people do great things, it's spoken about in the media, on podcasts, on the news, etc., etc. Whereas in boxing, someone like Joe Kawasaki, who achieved so much, once he retired, sort of took himself out the public eye. Yeah. And everyone forgets. And I think that's what makes boxing different to all the other sports. It's run more like the stock market. As a boxer, you're a business on the stock market. And if your stock's up, everyone talks about you. If something happens, your stock goes down, you're yesterday's news.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a shame because, I mean, remember Fulham did a charity game once and they invited me to play in it, and he was supposed to be on the same team. I remember sitting next to I was like the first kid in the dressing room. Well, I wasn't a kid. I was like 20, 28, 29. I remember going in the dressing room. I was like, where's his shirt? Where's his shirt? And my shirt was right next to him. Magic Mod's shirt was right next to Joe Kawasaki. And I was like, oh, fuck me, this is unbelievable. But he didn't turn up. Oh, and I was gutted because I would love to just to have said hello, maybe got a photo of him because, like,
he's a legend.
100%. I mean, boxers today who I would watch. I'm from Belfast, so we've got Lewis Crocker. Who's done really well.
Champion,
mate. Very good lad. And then we've got, who else would I look? I quite like that. My dad doesn't really like the guy, but Ben Whittaker. I quite like him because I find him so entertaining.
Different
and
style.
I think exactly what you said. He's got his own style. What's your view on him?
I think it's fantastic. Especially in a time where boxing, I wouldn't say boxing is struggling, but boxing doesn't have the same pull it once had. I feel like boxing before, if you go back to the Nigel Benn the Eubank senior days, boxing was massive. And it didn't take as much to sell out a stadium. Whereas now, boxers have to do a lot more, do this and do that and promote the fight more than they had to back in the day. Ben Whitaker has come along and he's someone who's bringing something fresh to boxing. He's getting more eyes on the sport. And when someone brings more eyes to the sport, it just helps everyone else.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's a business at the end of the day. When
100%,
boxing is booming,
yeah.
everyone else is booming. Everyone else sells more tickets. Everyone else is interested in boxing. So I think it's great for the sport.
100%, mate. I certainly love watching these fights. And you mentioned a name there, Nigel Benn, is something for you. That's the reason I'm called Ben.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because of Nigel. Can't fucking fight like him. But my dad was a big admirer of Nigel Benn. So when I was born, he called me Ben. And that was it, mate. But listen, we're talking about you.
Well, you know, that's what I'm saying. That's how massive boxing was.
Oh, mate, it's you know.
Yeah, my brother-in-law's called Gerald. And his mum told me it's because of Gerald McLean.
That's
You know
how
what I mean?
big,
That's how massive boxing was.
I mean, you only got to think about how many people are called Tyson as well because of the big
yeah.
man. I mean, he was something else, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he brought boxing back.
Like, you watch some of his clips right online and that, and the way he hit people was like getting hit by a truck, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, he really was an animal, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But let's talk about, so you're in your gym. Do you remember your first ever amateur fight?
Yeah.
How did that go?
I remember being in the changing room, right? And going in there, sort of, I'd been given no advice about what to do after you weigh in or nothing like that. I'm sort of freestyling the whole way through. I've got to the changing room, I've weighed in, I've gone and had a massive kebab. Yeah, the wrong thing to do, I've gone and had a massive kebab. It's made me sleepy. So I'm lying down in the changing room thinking, I'll have a little kip. Then they'll call me when it's ready when it's ready to go. And then as I'm about to fall asleep, Coach bangs all, bam, bam, bam. Listen, get up, get ready, it's time to go. We're going on the pads for a bit and we're going to go upstairs. So I've had to rush, I've got my vest on, my shorts and everything. And then we're on the pads. And I remember being so nervous because when you come out of the changing room, there's a long flight of stairs to get to the top. I was so nervous I couldn't walk up the stairs. Yeah, even holding on to the rope, I couldn't walk up the stairs. So as my coach started to walk up, he turned around and went, what's wrong with you? I didn't want to say I'm nervous, but I just kept on trying to walk up the stairs. He just dragged me up. He just dragged me up the stairs, go into the ring. And then as you walk out, you see everyone, you get even more nervous. I was thinking, flipping, is this what I really want to do? Like, I was like, what am I doing here? But as soon as that bell goes, and it's you against whoever's across the ring from you, everything goes away. It's just you and him. Nothing else matters. And I think I've taken that throughout my whole career, is that once that bell goes, it doesn't matter whether you're fighting at the O2, whether you're fighting at Wembley Stadium, you're fighting in a car park. It's just you and whoever you're fighting, and that's it.
And how did that go?
Oh, I won.
I won, my man, eh?
I won. Oh, I felt like I won a world title.
Yeah, but that's just the start of it. It's like a drug, isn't it? Like that you start off by winning, and then you just want more and more and more, and it is addictive, isn't it?
Yeah.
I never got into the bit of doing, like, I always used to love the training, and as I said, I did it for years and loved the sparring, but I never had the bottle, mate, and that was the truth. I don't know what it was. Don't know what it was, but whenever they said, "Oh, do you?" I was like, "Oh no, I think I'm washing my hair or something." You know what I mean? I don't know why. I don't know why. I think it was because, you know, when you're sparring, no one's really watching you apart from the coach and the other. But like when you're doing like an amateur fight and there's people sitting there watching it, I don't think I could have done it, mate.
That's the thing. That's what made me nervous. It's losing in front of an audience. It's like you're putting it on the line in front of everyone you know. Or your family's there, your mates are there, and it's like, if you lose, everyone's going to find out at school, and everyone's going to think you're an idiot at school and that. Because obviously I'd been bigging myself up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm a boxer and that. And if I lose, then it's all down the drain, innit? But after that fight, funny enough, I went on to lose my next 4 in a row. Lost. And I lost to the guy that I'd beaten my first fight as well. He come back and beat me. But I think one thing I learned about myself through that time of losing 4 is that I find it very hard to give up. I find it very hard to give up. Even small things, even like building a chair, like I'll stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning to make sure I get it done. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've lost to the chair.
Yeah.
And I remember in that losing run saying to myself, it don't matter if you lose 10, you're not stopping until you win. You can lose 100, you're not stopping until you win. And then you finally win, then you said it's a drug. You want it again and again and again. It kept going, and it's been 20 years now since I started.
Mate.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's a good mindset to have as well, you know, but you know, you always see these quotes online and a lot of people say, you know, yes, I've lost, but I learned so much. You learn more when you lose than you do when you actually win, didn't you?
100%.
You know what I mean? You think,
100%.
right, and it also proves if you've got the minerals, so to speak, to carry on and continue doing it. Because, I mean, everyone wants to win, but when they have that loss and then they go, do you know what, it ain't for me. And you continued, and now professional.
Professional now, yeah.
So let's talk about, how did that come about? Were you ready? Like I don't know if this, I'm just talking from someone on the outside. Did you get sort of spotted and they went, this is what's happening now, we're going to do this? I want to know everything, mate.
Do you know what? A lot of guys, when they start boxing, they've got aspirations and goals, and everyone's goal is different. Some guys start boxing and their goal is to go to the Olympics, box the Olympics, box for GB and win medals and whatever. I always had aspirations to turn professional. I never really used to watch boxing at the Olympics, obviously here and there, but I used to more study professional boxing. And you know, boxing, especially when you're that young, the glitz and the glamour, and you hear about what people are earning and the cars they're driving. You think, I want to be a professional boxer. That's what I want. So I always wanted to be a professional boxer. So my eyes weren't really set on trying to go to the Olympics as an amateur boxer, and I just wanted to do what I needed to do as an amateur so I could turn pro. I think I got to 21 years old. I went into the national tournament. At the time, they called it the ABAs. So I went into the ABAs, and I think I lost in the London final. And I was a bit fed up with how amateur boxing was run at the time, because you'd win a fight one week and then you'd lose a fight the next week for the same reason you won. Now, what I mean by that is there was too many different ways people were judging fights, right? One week you'd win for throwing more punches than your opponent. Okay, which is fair. Then the next week, your opponent would win because he landed more cleaner shots than you, even though you throw more. So I was like, what am I looking for here? Yeah. And I was getting fed up with it. And then I think my coach saw my face after that last fight and he said, listen, I think it's time to turn pro because you look fucked off with all this now. And I said, yeah. Then the very next day I called up the boxing board and applied for my license. And then it just went from there.
So when you got that approved and all that, what was going through your head? How did you feel? Were you on top of the world?
Yeah. It was almost like, almost couldn't believe it. I was like, flipping, I'm going to be a professional boxer. I'm going to be like them fellas on the TV, and, you know, it's finally happening. I remember on my debut, though, so I got to my first fight. We've got to the venue. And this is when I knew professional boxing was different to amateur boxing, right? So I've got to the venue. I've got to go get the gloves. The guys give me the gloves, yeah? These gloves look like they've been worn about 100 times. Claret on them, everything. Laces all torn. So he's given me the gloves and I've gone, sorry, mate, you sure these are the right ones for me? He's looked me up down and he's gone, yeah, what do you want? Like, what do you think this is? Those are the gloves. There's no other ones. Take them or leave them. Like, so I've gone, you know what? I'll take these to my coach. He'll know what to do, innit? Take them to my coach. I said, coach, look, these are the gloves they give me. He looked at me and went, yeah, what do you want? This is the hurt business. This is the hurt business. This ain't, we're not here to tickle each other. This is the real thing now. I sat there and I thought, you know, when I'm watching telly before and I'm seeing people get knocked out by jabs and I'm laughing at him saying, oh, look, he's a coward. He's going down off a body shot. That's when it hit me and I said, this is different. Because in amateur boxing, the gloves are padded. They're like pillows. It's very hard to knock someone out in amateurs. With the difference in glove size from amateurs, it was like, what the hell? This is different. So I put the gloves on, I'm all punching myself with it, thinking, no, in an hour, someone's going to be trying to write me off with these. But like I said in the amateur game, as soon as that bell goes, it's just you and him, everything goes back to normal.
And am I right in saying from your first fight, you went on to a 14 fights undefeated, 13 wins, 1 draw?
Yeah.
Mate, yeah. I mean, as far as records go, you know, you've turned pro and you're doing that. I mean, you must have thought, do you know what, I'm doing all right here?
Yeah. Do you know what? It was a good run. And I think nothing beats that buzz of being an up-and-coming prospect. You know, there's a huge buzz about it. Everyone's talking about you and you feel good about yourself. You're seeing the heights of boxing. You think, oh, okay, I'm going to get there one day. Nothing beats it.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. But, you know, as is any sport, you have a lot of highs and then the lows are very low. And in 2021, you suffered your first professional defeat. Yeah. How did that feel, mate? What was going through your head? Did you just want to get straight back in there and rewrite what's just happened? Or did you think, right, I need to step back a little bit and assess what's going on?
You know, that loss hurt. But I think it hurt more because I felt like I won the fight. I felt like I'd won the fight. A lot of people who watched it said the same, you know, the crowd were booing after the fight as well. I thought I'd really won the fight. And it didn't sit right with me. I was thinking, why am I doing all this training and all this promoting and selling all my tickets, and then I'm gonna get done like that on the fight, So it took a lot for me to mentally get over it and come back. But what helped me was me always trying to prove a point, right? So coming off a loss, it was like, everyone thinks, you've been found out. You're just, you're a Mickey Mouse boxer, blah, blah, blah. Then I think, one day I sat there and said, hold on a second. Is that what they're saying about me? Now I'm going to show everyone I'm not. And then boom, I was back in, the ball's rolling again, ready to prove it all wrong. But I really think I won that fight.
There's always been a little bit of a thing around boxing, hasn't there? Because, I've seen some decisions and you think, how has that gone that way? How has that gone? I know a couple of boxers who box for Ireland, Michaela and Aidan Walsh, and I remember Michaela they've both been to the Olympics, and one of the fights, like I'm not just saying it as because she's a friend, she absolutely annihilated this other boxer. Absolutely right. Annihilated her. I think I'm right in saying the boxer was from Serbia. I might be wrong, but one of the judges was from the same country. It was something like that. Something happened, right? And it just. The other girl didn't even lay a glove on her, mate, and somehow the other girl won, and that was it. And then she was like distraught. I remember watching it and thinking, fuck, this is horrible to see, especially when it's someone you know. Do you know what I mean? It hits home. But that's always been around boxing for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's going back years and years and years. They say in the early days, the mob controlled boxing. People were taking dives. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to the Olympics, I remember Michael Conlan kicked off one year when they robbed him, apparently.
That's it.
Yeah, when they
big
robbed
time.
him. Yeah, he kicked off big time. And if I'm not mistaken, the people that used to run the boxing at the Olympics, they've been thrown out. So the Olympic committee's got rid of them for corruption and all this sort of stuff, and they've brought someone new in to sort of look after the judging. And boxing's been around decades,
of course,
years and years and years. If they're only finding it out now, what have they got away with? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, mate.
They talk about Roy Jones getting robbed at Olympics.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather got done at the Olympics. So those are two that we know of. Imagine ones that have just been swept under the carpet and we don't know. It's a bad stain boxing has on it.
So, have you ever had a favourite fight? One that stands out for you?
I've got favourite fights.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific favourite fight. When I watch boxing, it's almost like two people watching. There's me, the boxing fan, and there's me, the boxer. Now, when I'm a boxer, I like to watch fights that most people probably call boring, because I want to learn from, for example, what Floyd Mayweather's doing.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather will win a fight, win 12 rounds, and that's the average person ain't going to watch. That's like watching a 5-0 whitewash. It's a bit boring. It gets a bit boring after a while, right? But the boxer in me wants to watch that. Wants to learn and see what he's doing. That's so great. That's beating everyone 12 rounds. But then the boxing fan in me wants to watch a tear up. Like that Wardley Dubois fight the other day.
Oh,
that was fantastic. That's the boxing fan in me wants to watch that every day.
Mate,
what a fight.
I was flying back from Spain and I managed, just as we landed in Belfast, I put the highlights on and I was like, oh my God, I think I've just lost. Like, that's fight of the year.
Amazing.
How incredible.
It's amazing. In the build up to the fight, a lot of people are writing Daniel off, calling him, there were people saying stuff, horrible stuff, saying, oh, he's a quitter and he's got no bottle and blah, blah, blah. He proved it on the night, innit?
100%. And
get up off the floor.
Do you remember that interview he done with, when they're doing the face-off, and he done it with Joshua, and Joshua said, you're not about that and all this, you're not that
Don't
guy.
intimidate me.
I watched that again the other day, and then he ended up doing what he did, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for me, that's similar to what you said, proving people wrong when people say, you can't do this, don't do this. And what he did was fucking brilliant, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And
Fantastic.
I enjoy watching him. I think he's very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think apart from the Usyk fights, I think he's phenomenal. And so is Fabio Wardley for staying in,
Mate.
right, for so long. Imagine getting hammered by someone as big as Daniel Dubois, right? And you're in there, you're still trying. Not only is he in there trying to survive, he's trying to ice him out as well.
Mate, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. I mean, let's talk about some of the places you've boxed in as well. Obviously, the iconic Bethnal Green, you're cool, isn't it?
You're cool, yeah.
Mate, iconic for boxing. You've also performed at the O2 Arena and Wembley Arena. I mean, that's not bad, is it, to be honest, mate? I mean, I mentioned it earlier on, but I mean, the O2's got to be probably the biggest venue for holding boxing, maybe. Well, probably Wembley Arena, maybe, or Wembley Stadium.
Wembley Stadium. I feel like Wembley Arena meant a lot to me because I grew up in Wembley.
Yeah,
I'm from Wembley. That's where I grew up, right? And I remember Wembley Stadium used to have the stairs, not the new stairs they've got. They used to have the ramps, right? They used to have the stairs on the side. And I used to sprint up and down the stairs when I was young, when I was about 14, 15. I used to be there 3 times a week in the morning before
Serious?
school, upstairs. And I'd be like, one day I'm going to fight in that stadium or I'm going to fight in there. And, you know, in my second fight, I fought Wembley Arena. And that meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm boxing at Wembley Arena and I can walk to where I'm boxing. You know what I mean? In my local area.
You visualized it before anyone else did, and you achieved it, mate.
Yeah. And it was amazing. It was just, you know, loads of people from the local area turned out to come watch me as well. It was fantastic. The only problem though was they put me on before the doors opened, right? So imagine I've sold about, I think 250 tickets, 300 tickets, something like that. And then they put me on at 5 o'clock. But on the ticket, the doors open 5:30. So I've boxed in front of nobody. Like, it was so silent, you could hear the ring. It was going boom, boom, with someone, you could hear the ring, right? And all you could hear is the ring and the coach is shouting and that. And then after the fight, I'm walking around the arena to try and find the people that's come to watch me. And they're like, what's happening? No, you're supposed to be getting ready. They're like, when you fighting? I've gone,
oh, shit.
Boxed already, innit? You know what I mean?
What did you do after, though? Did you celebrate? I mean, listen, boxing's a very strict sport, mate. You know, you have to look after yourself. How did you celebrate after that, though?
I don't know what people will think of this, but, you know, after a lot of fights, I'll have that evening, or I'll go wherever, I'll have some food with my family, whatever. But Monday, I'm back in the gym.
That's good, though.
I'm back in the gym Monday because I always look at the end goal. And the end goal is, I always wanted to be a world champion or to be in big world title fights. And I'm not there yet. So until then, I'm just going to stay locked in. You know, okay, I'll have the weekend off after the fight. Monday, I'm locked in, I'm back in the gym. Back working towards where I needed to be. So
very disciplined, man.
Yeah, you have to be.
100%.
Like, I always looked at, if you crop out the best of the best from every sport, for example, you got Cristiano Ronaldo at football, Messi, you got, I don't know, Mayweather, Muhammad Ali in boxing, or whatever sport. I always want to say, find the similar traits between them. Because those similar traits are what's going to make them, it's what's made them who they are.
100%.
And all of them have dedication. All of them have the dedication and more so the discipline. Because motivation is very hit and miss. You know, I'm motivated today. I might wake up tomorrow and be unmotivated. It's natural. We're human. But the discipline is what's going to get me to the gym when I'm unmotivated. And all these guys, they all have the discipline. You know, Ali used to say, I don't count my sit-ups until they start hurting. You know, Mayweather used to just go for runs whenever he felt like at 1 in the morning and stuff, because his opponent was probably sleeping. So they all have that discipline and they do it over and over and repeat it over and over again. So that's something I said I have to take into my career, into my craft. I have to be disciplined. Regardless of how I'm feeling, how emotionally I'm feeling towards the sport, I have to keep going. Right?
Let's talk about, I mean, you talk about discipline, mate. What was it like? I mean, do you know what? It seems like you work your bollocks off. Every time I'm turn on Instagram, mate, you're in the gym, you're disciplined, you're dedicated, and, you know, that's half the battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's talk about when you won the English title. How did that feel, mate?
Do you know what? It was a massive weight off my shoulders. A massive weight off my shoulders, you know. I'd been pro for, I think at the time, maybe 6-7 years. And I hadn't won anything. You know, to be pro 7 years, to have the record that, you know, I'd boxed for the English before, got the draw. I boxed for the WBC International, I lost. And I boxed Reece Bellotti as an eliminator for the British title, and I lost. I didn't get there. So I was thinking, like, 7 years and I've won nothing. Like, you know, people started to ask questions and stuff. So to actually win it, a massive weight off my shoulders. You know, was that I can actually tell my son, who'd just been born as well, I can actually tell him, yo, I was a champion. I've been a champion. You know, no one can ever take it away from me. And to see, looking back at the videos, to see everyone going off in the crowd and what it meant to my coaches in the corner as well, an amazing feeling.
Where was it? 2-3 years ago? How long?
I can't remember now.
How old's your boy?
Taking me punches. He's 1.5. So
1.5. So it would have been about
a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. But I remember seeing you paraded around the cottage, and Ivan done a little interview with you before, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then, mate, I mean, listen, we're Fulham boys.
That felt better than winning the belt, I'll tell you.
I was going to say, do you know what? I was exactly going to say that. I bet that felt better than the actual fight, because, you know, that's for us. That it don't get much better walking on that turf, does it, mate?
Honestly, I could, like.
And the Hammersmith end, a lovely clip of you going up to the Hammersmith end, clapping with the belt on your shoulders, mate. I mean, I'd have to, please tell me you have a photo in your house somewhere of just that, like the shot from behind you with the Hammersmith end. Tell me now.
I haven't got it, but I need to do it.
Mate,
I need to do it.
That'd be the first thing I'd do, mate. I'm telling you.
Nah.
But that must have felt incredible, mate.
Bruv. Do you know what's funny, yeah? I was nervous. I've never felt nervous like that in a long time. Like, my hands were freezing. So they've invited me over to the Riverside for that day, right? So I'm in hospitality and I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't enjoy it. I was sitting there first half. I'm grabbing because I'm thinking, what if we're losing half time and I get a shit reception and da. So I was so nervous, but when I got on there to see the applause I got and, to see everybody, appreciate what I'd done, it was the best feeling in the world, man. And to be on that pitch, it's like, I think Josh King was having a kickabout during half time.
Yeah.
And even he gave me the thumbs up as well. As I was walking off to the Hammersmith, I was like, flipping, I don't want to stand there. I was thinking, I'm going to wake up in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to wake up and the fight's today or something. It hasn't actually happened yet. Do you know what I mean?
That's class, though. I think, do you know what it is, though? When I think being a football supporter, when you see someone who's done well and they support the same club, you feel like, right, we're supporting him as well now. Yeah. And I'm sure off the back of that, you got such more of a following, especially from the Fulham faithful as well, mate.
Amazing support, especially in the fight after that. They came out in numbers.
Was that at Bethnal Green as well?
Bethnal Green.
That's the one I've seen the photo with everyone
That's
with the.
Yeah.
Mate, I was going to talk about that. You had the black and white shorts with the Fulham.
Black and white shorts,
Like, I'm not being funny, right? But you're in the ring and you look up and you see, like, pretty much like a football crowd. All the people, all the faces you would normally see at football, they're supporting you with the Fulham shirts on, the Fulham flags. How does that even feel?
It's mad. I remember on that night, right? I'm warming up, and I was like, shit, I need a piss, right? Toilets are upstairs, but where I'm at, you can't hear anything outside. So it's just us in the change room. We had a little Bluetooth speaker playing. That's all we could hear. So I'm gonna run upstairs. I've gone upstairs, and I've heard everyone going da 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 da. I was thinking, flipping, this is mad. It sounds like the place is rocking. I couldn't believe how loud it was. So I've got that's what it's like. It hit me. I was like, flipping, I've got a massive crowd out there today. I've got to perform. And the one thing I love about everyone was, even though I didn't win the fight, everyone was sitting in my corner afterwards.
Yeah.
Everyone waited for me outside at the back. When I came out, it was like I'd won. Everyone was applauding when I come out the back. And I think that's something special about Fulham fans. And, there's not many of us, but when we find each other, like today, we stick together.
Oh, 100%,
and we look out for each other.
I often notice that when you go on holiday, I always take a Fulham shirt. The missus is like, why are you taking a Fulham shirt? I'm like, you just don't get it. You don't get it, right? I made sure before we went to Greece last year, I bought a brand new Fulham towel, right? And we had like a swim up room. But, mate, that towel was draped over so everyone can fucking see. That was honestly a statement, mate. Early doors, which is annoying because the geezer, like, in the apartment next to us in Greece, he was a Chelsea fan. Right, so he put his Chelsea towel on. But you know what? He was an absolute gentleman, and we had a bit of back and forth. It was a real pleasure. But it's like, as you say, when you meet another Fulham fan, I don't know what it is. You just end up sticking together.
Honestly, it's like how I met Matty.
My
good friend Matty P. We worked at the same gym,
right,
years ago, and we didn't even talk about football initially. I remember I don't know how it came up, and then Matty was going, you're probably not gonna like what I support. Blah, blah, blah. I support Fulham. I went, fuck off, you support Fulham. I support Fulham. So we both thought we were taking the piss out of each other. Like, nah, you don't support Fulham. And then we had to show each other, like, look, my season ticket, I've been, Then we believed each other. But since then, we've stuck together like anything.
You just saying that has just hit me back with so many flashbacks, because there's been times when you're on a night out and I've bumped into someone, they go, I'm a Fulham fan as well. And I'm like, no, but I'm Fulham. And they're like, you're not. And then you're like, right. Here's a picture of me at Europa League final or something like. You have to prove.
You've got to prove
like,
it.
It's mental, isn't it? Any other club, they're like, all right, brilliant. But it's like it's mental, man.
But I like that about our club. I like that we don't have. Obviously, I'd love to be a massive club and have loads of fans. But I love that we're a close knit fan base.
100%, mate.
And
I love.
Almost everyone knows everyone. You know, you go to an away day, it's the same old faces, and I love that.
Yeah, mate. I
love
mean,
that,
you've nailed it there, because I remember I used to go to a lot of the away games. Makes it a lot harder now with the little boy and living in Belfast. But you'd always see the same faces, and then you get chatting to them, and then you know each other, and then it is like a small family.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's beautiful. And I mean, we're touch up on Fulham now. I mean, listen, how stressful are they?
Oh my God.
I mean, 1 minute I'm absolutely loving them. Next minute I can't stand. It's a toxic relationship, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a love hate.
I mean, you've only got to look at the Southampton game in the FA Cup. I'm still not over that. Like the wife,
Honestly,
it's
man.
like, Ben, get out. I'm like, you, please, just don't even speak to me about football for the rest of the day. Like you don't understand. And she's like, yeah, but how's it affected your life? How's it affected my life? We could have ended up in Wembley. Do you know?
You know what I mean? We could have had it.
we like, that was one of the best chances we've had since we played Chelsea in the semi-final at Villa Park in 2000 and I can't remember now, 4 or 5.
And then I think the Liverpool in the Carabao.
Yeah, mate, I remember that as well. That again, we didn't turn up.
Yeah.
I think Diop's, they scored an early goal, didn't they?
Yeah.
And Diop scored.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we thought we're back in, and we did fuck all.
Nothing after that.
I don't know what it is with us, right? But
Do you know what? It's gonna sound bad for me to say, and I've said it on TikTok and stuff as well, but I feel like we've got a team full of players that didn't quite make it at the big clubs. All right, and then, for example, you got Smith Rowe, Iwobi, etc. And then what we see every week is the reason why these guys didn't make it at the big clubs. Stuff like bad attitude, you know, being okay with being bang average. Yeah. I mean, being on the beach for March. I mean, for flip's sake, come on, man.
You imagine being half-hearted at your job. You get fucked off out, wouldn't you?
Exactly. Anyone would.
And they're picking up serious. I get mate. We're going to go on a rant now. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Like I remember when we had a loss. Can't think who it was. And then I saw us. I ain't got Snapchat, but someone obviously took it off. Bassi was on Snapchat with Iwobi having a lot, and I was thinking, mate. Listen, I'm a human being. I know we have laughs and that, and to them it's just a job. They don't support the club like we support the club. I get that. Like I'm not blinded by that. But just after a loss, like if you're going to do something, just have it private. Do you know what I mean? Like that really fucking annoyed me. And it's the whole like the Southampton game, and we did nothing all game. Anderson gives away a penalty in the last.
Nothing apart from give away a penalty.
Last kick of the game.
Yeah,
and it's like
we should be winning before. We even get to there. Why are we even getting to there?
Mate, we should have been out of sight. I mean, listen, Southampton ended up going all the way against, like the game against City.
Yeah,
they gave them a hell of a game, mate.
Yeah. And beat Arsenal on the way as well.
Yeah, and our run. I mean, look, we've never had much luck against City. To be fair, every time I've watched them against City, it's one of them we're going. It's easy 4-3-0 to them.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like this season, I thought we got everything right on the pitch, and I think off the pitch, it was the club off the pitch. I think is so far away from the fans, mate.
100%.
And I don't mean that to sound, like putting the club I love and support. 'Cause I love this club with all my heart. Like it means so much to me as it does to you, mate. And I get that we're a business now, and I get that the fans are not fans; they're customers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I mean, when I saw the first prices of the tickets to sit in the Riverside end, I was thinking that this has got to be a wind up season ticket.
In London.
It's a wind up
in the league, isn't it? In the country,
it's a wind up.
Yeah.
But then I look at the bigger picture, and people say to me, I remember, like, you think as a tourist, you go to London, you see Fulham are playing, and you see the tickets are 150 quid. You would pay that knowing that it's a one-off.
Yeah.
You know, like if we went to America and there was an NFL game and we went, we'll have a go at that.
I mean, I get it.
But it's pricing the fans who have been there through thick and thin, mate.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there longer than the Khans have been there, and I will still be there longer than when they're gone, mate. Be around. I'll be a Fulham fan longer than...
Forever, innit?
Exactly, mate, And, I don't know, sometimes I love it, and I go, do you know what, they're all right. And then I go, no, they're not. And then I'm like, I can't quite put my finger on it.
I think for me, we're being made to feel like consumers. Yeah, and we are. Don't get me wrong, we are. But I think the club could go a bit further to make us feel a bit more a part of what's happening. Do you know what I mean? They do a lot, but since the Khans have come, I felt more like a consumer. And I get it. They're coming from America with the whole NFL.
They're bringing that vibe to the...
franchise.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a business. But I feel like the club has lost that charm it once had of having the fans feel part of what's going on.
Definitely, mate. I mean, the fans are the fans. Without the fans, it's nothing, is it? I mean, can you imagine if every seat was... I mean, I saw a video of you lads. You were in the Riverside and you were trying to get a chant going.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, you've got more chance of winning the lottery.
That's mission impossible.
It is, mate. Like,
we're all getting stairs.
Mate, but it shouldn't
Getting
be like that.
yeah.
What's the point in going to football? You start a chant and then didn't you get told to sit down or something as well?
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, but that just proves a point, as I said to Matty P as well. Like, that is just, they just want rich clients in there. That's all they want there. That's like Millionaires Row. They don't want riff-raff there. They don't want people wearing a fucking Stone Island jacket at CP Company hat. They don't want nothing to do with that. H5 with the rest of the mob. You know what I mean? But it's... it don't sit right with me, mate, and that's another reason why I haven't sort of... Listen, they're my club. I love them to bits. I keep watching them. I can't... One week I say I'm not going to watch them again. I end up watching them again.
Exactly.
You know, but I mean, it's... I think we're going to end up stumbling here. I think Silva more than likely will go now.
I think he's gone.
I think if we ended up getting European football, I think he would have stayed. But I think he's taken us as far as he can now.
Yeah, I think he's at his ceiling.
And what I don't want to happen, which I think it is going that way, is it's going a little bit toxic now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've had some great days with him. I mean, we've had some fantastic days.
Yeah, it's getting a bit sour now. So I think it's best get to the summer.
Yeah.
2 games left, and leave a legacy where it is, because it could turn. Worse.
I think it will, mate. And I think Wilson looks like he's on the cards to go. But it could be a really bad sort of summer for us. It could be next season could be real rebuilding again. Yeah,
if we get it wrong, we could end up going down. But this is where it comes to my frustration with Silva is this: if you're going, go. Tell everyone so the club can start putting in place who's coming in. The new manager, whoever's coming in, can start thinking, okay, I'm going to work with him. I don't want him, but he can start putting stuff in place. It's almost like when Klopp left Liverpool.
Yeah.
Slot already had his plan before he got there.
Yep.
Whereas you're going to wait till after the last day of the season and go, right, I'm fucking off to Benfica, wherever it is, and then leaving us in the shit.
Do you think the players already know? I mean, they must do, surely.
Yeah.
I mean, they all know everything. I mean, we're the last ones to know.
Yeah.
The people who actually love and support a club, they're always the last people to know.
Whether they know officially or not, I think they can tell from his body language.
I listen, I often have this chat with Matt and he goes, yeah, but what's he done and all this? And I go, yeah, I get that. But I mean, we're stable. I mean, I will never forget that team we had when we absolutely pissed the Championship.
Yeah.
And Mitrovic scored stupid amount of goals. We ended up scoring something like 109 goals, 106 goals.
Yeah.
That won't get beaten for a long time.
Do you know what? That season, I think we played Sheffield United away on the last day. We'd already won the league.
Yeah.
Silva took us up. We lost 3-0 on the last day of the season. I think Sheffield United were pushing for the playoffs. So I get it. They had something to play for. We didn't.
That's it. The game before, we played Luton, though, didn't we? And smoked them. Mitrovic scored.
That's the one.
It
was like crazy score. I remember that. Yeah, pitch invasion, everything.
Mate.
Now, I remember I went to Sheffield United away.
It was, yeah.
And it looked like all the players been on the piss the night before. And from then, I could tell the attitude was all over the place. Yeah, okay, you've won the league and you're going up. But come on, there's one more game left. Let's be ruthless.
Yeah.
Let's want to break records and be winners here. But where does that come from? It comes from the manager.
Of course it does, yeah.
The attitude of the players comes from the manager. If he allowed that then, he's going to allow silly attitude now. If he put his foot down and said, right, last game of the season,
go out on a high.
Yeah, we're not done. Yeah. We're going to smash these 4 and we're going to stop them getting whatever they're playing for.
Because we took a massive following to that, because there was a chance that game could have been bigger than it actually was. Yeah. If all was, but it just so happens that we absolutely
down first half.
Yeah.
Like first 20, 30 minutes, 33-0, I was like,
Yeah. No.
I might as well make my way home now, but
I would have, mate. But it goes back to that. I mean, we've had some great managers at the Cottage. I mean, I remember probably my favourite one might have been a little bit before you, Youssef. Tigana. I'm sure you've heard all about
Yeah,
him.
he was at the cottage the other day,
They did a thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they did a dinner on the Thursday, and I think he got paraded around the ground on the Saturday, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw him on Saturday. Yeah,
Mate, you talk about aura. That guy, like to stand there in a trench coat and just a toothpick hissing down with rain. He was, and the players we brought in as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God, King Sahara and all that. Van der Sar as well. Davis, Balmorte. You know,
do we have? I don't think we have like a director of football or anything like that. Do we? It's just Tony Khan.
It's him in it, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah,
We
I
need
don't
one,
even
yeah.
know how he sorts it. I mean, a lot of people say he just goes on FIFA and looks at the stats. Do you know what I mean? Or
you know
Pro
what?
Evolution Soccer or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't even put it past
Some of the
him.
players we had before. Do you remember? Who was the one we threw a load of money at? Frank Sambo and Gisa. Do you remember
Frank
him?
Samuel, yeah,
And then Siri.
yeah.
But the thing is, there was potential in Siri, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I remember, but he just.
I can't believe we went down with that team. Someone put something up the other
Everyone
day.
says that.
Yeah.
But then they say, look at the players they had. They say, they list it off. You had Ngisa, didn't you? You had Siri, and then they go Loftus-Cheek. And I'm like, mate, did you see Loftus-Cheek play? I think I could have done better than him. Fuck that, man.
I know.
But let's go back to your boxing, mate, before we leave you. Like, what have you got in the pipeline, mate? What is coming up?
So, obviously, I was English champion. Lost it to a fella called Louis O'Doherty. And fair play to him, he was better than me in the night. He took the belt. And for me now, it's just getting the ball back rolling again. So, you know, I'm looking at maybe July time, getting back out, hopefully local, York or Bethnal Green.
Brilliant.
You know, get all the lads out again and just get some momentum. You know, I've been out for almost a year now, so I think I've lost a bit of momentum. I need to get the momentum back. And hopefully towards the end of the year, be back in the mix for the titles. Because I'm better than all these guys.
Love that.
I'm better than all these guys. Do you know what I mean?
So, final goal, world champion.
World champion.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Love
100%.
that, mate. Love that.
You got to dream big. You got to dream big, man. And it's like, you know, we watch Fulham week in, week out, and I'm like, do these guys not have flipping aspirations? Like, do you know what
Listen, the amount of money they're collecting for playing shit as well. I mean, I would love to know how much Anderson. I mean, listen, look, we've gone on a rant now. Like Anderson, how is he? Like seriously, like I would love to know what he's picking up. He must have dirt on Silver or something, because like,
honestly, I think if you're on Silver's team and you want to start every week, just pay rubbish.
I mean, listen, he is probably. I feel bad because I'm not a nasty person, and he's probably a really lovely guy. But
He is, yeah.
I watch him and I go, mate, seriously.
I'm like, come on, bro. Yes.
And also, Bassi, right? How does his shorts not fall down? How does he have his shorts that low down?
He's a pro at it, isn't it?
I've never seen anything like. I mean, he's a Rangers legend as well. Like, you know, for what he done at Rangers, not Queens Park Rangers. Fuck them.
Yeah.
But like, so I love the guy, but it's like, yeah. But listen, Youssef, I've really enjoyed speaking to you today, mate, and I've learned a lot about you, brother. And I look forward to seeing you, and I'll be cheering you on in your corner.
Definitely, we'll be back soon.
Thanks for coming down, mate. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it,
man.
brother.